Buddy, what's up? It's me, Ruger120, and today I am going to be doing some more of the 100-day challenge. We ended off on day 4 at the village, which I just posted. Yeah, it's like a 4-minute video of just like half a day, but we're gonna come in on day 4 here, which is dark, so we're gonna find a bed real quick to just take for the night, and then when we wake up it will be day 5. Oh my gosh. Forgot how hard it is to find a bed in a village, because you want to go to all these big houses, but then you have to just like find the really small ones, and some of them don't even have beds, so yeah. So we are going to bed with an open door. And we wake up and it's still rainy. I have all the same stuff from last time. You guys want a better look? There it is. Still on my leather armor. And that's pretty much it. So I think I'm pretty much done with this village. I am going to come and collect all these hay bales because you can never have too many hay bales. I mean, right? I don't know, but I'm just gonna go and collect all the hay bales because I want to, I guess. Okay, so my goals for today is to try to do just a bit more exploring, and then I really want to get back to the house and, well, get back to my bed and build a house. So, yeah. I'm gonna kill the sheep. So, I'm collecting all the hay bales just in case that I need wheat later for cows and stuff. And it will be much easier if I already have, like, stacks of hay bales on me than to just have to go out and find seeds. So, I think that's why I'm doing it, so then it's much easier to do it later. Gonna come over here and get the bones from all the, residue. It's an iron golem. Let him attack me. I spawned in this bed, and I know I spawned in that bed, and I meant to because I didn't know what bed I spawned in, and I needed to know which one I spawned in, so that's why I did that. Collect these bones. Then hit the iron golem. And I spawned back at my spawn point. So, yeah. We didn't really get too much stuff. The only, like, real big thing we got was the saddle, which I'm super, super excited about. I kind of want to, like, move soon, though, because I don't want to live right next to the beehive. I think I want to live over here on this plains, because it's really cute. It's not that far away from the village, and it's a nice flat ground. So, I think today I'm going to start moving my stuff over here. I want to live, like, over here by this lake because I think it's so beautiful. This little pond over here is just the cutest. So, I'm going to cut down some grass. And then I'm going to build my tiny little cottage. It's just going to be big enough for me. I got 62 hay bales. Wow. That's a lot of hay bales. So, by the way, I just put the baby treasure map in my hand to save some room. Put that in, okay. And you make wood, then you make a crafting table. And then you bounce on down. Place it. Place 2 flowers by it, and then you need some more wood. Jump down here. Turn it both into those, and then make a chest. Just laying out all my stuff over here. And I do have to place some torches down for safety. So, now I'm gonna run back to the house. A donkey. Okay, there's a donkey there, and if you guys haven't seen my last video, then you're gonna have no idea why I'm so excited to see a donkey. But if you don't know, then I would suggest going to watch that video. So we are headed back to the house, well, the old house right now, to get the rest of the stuff, which I don't know if it's all gonna fit, but I really hope it does. Boing. Which I think it is, and there's always some stuff that I can leave behind. Oh, this poor mine that I started and I never used. Now I'm headed back to my new house. Beehives over there. And it's a very happy bee. So I'm pretty sure that I can get the bees over to my house very simply. So I'm just gonna put some grass. Get some random seeds. Only been filming for 7 minutes, which is pretty good since the sun is right there in the middle, meaning that we're halfway done with day 5. Okay, and for now, I'm gonna make this pretty area here for sleeping. But it soon got updated. But then I realized that I didn't like the chest here, so then I destroyed a block behind it, so then I could mine up the chest, break the bell, I guess, and then put it back. And then I just threw that piece of dirt there, and then I could start building. So I didn't want my house to be like too pretty because I wanted it to kind of be like an indoor mountain, like outdoor campy vibe. That probably made no sense, but yeah. So I'm gonna grab my sugarcane, some of the other stuff. I got my beehive here that I'm gonna place right there. There's my beehive. And then I got some sugarcane. Where's the sugarcane? Guys, did you see this? Oh, there it is. I'm just gonna plant it along the coast of the river. And we have the perfect amount of space, so I don't have to do any digging. Except for this block here, because it's the nuclear. So I just dug down here, and yeah, it's not pretty, but nobody can see it, so it's fine. Okay. So then I wanted to throw my stuff into a furnace, trying to make more of like a cute little cabin-y, not like a cabin, but kind of like an outdoorsy house, like built into the mountain instead of like living outside of it. Thought that I could start by mining out where my bed kind of was, and putting down the oak planks, starting it out kind of. Then I placed some dirt down. There was a horse here, so I was like, have a saddle, let's check this horse out. So I waddled over to the horse, and I tried to mount it. And it was so smooth, it bucked me off. Then I tried again, and it bucked me off again. And then I twisted around on the horse, and it twisted back. And then it shot horse out. It was totally worth it, because the horse was not a slow horse, and it was a nice, decent, fast horse. So because I didn't have a place for it yet, I dug it a small little hole, which took a while to dig because I didn't have a shovel, I just had a pickaxe. So, yeah. I dug it too deep, and then does it. I thought the horse would be smart enough to just shove itself in it, because I didn't want to put its saddle on, but no, I had to shove it in the hole. Push. Wait the blah, and it looked devastated. I'm sorry. And then I needed to get out of there, so woke up. And then I went to bed. And then day 5 was over, and I went on to day 6. I woke up, smelled the air, and the air smelled fresh. I looked at my stuff, and I was like, wow, I'm doing pretty well for day 6. So then I wanted to start a mine, but I don't like the looks of mines because they're just kind of like holes in the ground. So I started a little description, and I built the mine inside the mountain to kind of hide its ugliness. And I just kind of started mining. Yeah, pretty much what I did. Just mined. Didn't have any torches, so I stopped very quickly, and then I bounced back up to my home. Then I realized that I kept hitting my head, so I went down the top on another level, which was nice, and then I bounced back up to my house. Looking at my hunger bar, seeing that, oh, I am very hungry, but not before I seen this little river bake thing that I really wanted to cover up. I didn't have too much dirt, so I just covered up what was visible, like that. And I was like, oh, this would be really cute if I made like a little house. I had a mine, so nobody thought it was a mine, and they thought it was a cute little house. So I kind of like dug it in with the mountain instead of making it a cute house. And to mark that my mine was there, I put a flower. Yeah, that's where my mine is. Every time I gotta go into it, I wanted to make like this secret door. It turned out it wasn't too secret, but I still liked it. Decided that this looked absolutely hideous, so I continued to work on it, and continued to work on it, till I started dying of hunger, and I couldn't run. So I picked up a hobby, I went to my chest, I grabbed some bread, and I started yelling. And then I put the bread back. And then I looked through my chest to see if I had any materials, and wow! Turns out I had no materials at all. And yeah, so I picked up some cobblestone, looked around for some sticks, realized I didn't have any sticks because I didn't have any wood. So I jumped up on my house, and I started to cut down a tree. No, earlier in the series I said no trees floating, but you know what? I left a tree floating, and I don't regret it. I jumped on down, boing, boing. Realized you could jump on beds. I'm probably an idiot. And then yeah, I couldn't just leave that tree floating, so I jumped back up, and I mined out the tree. Don't leave trees floating. And then I mined out some birch because I wanted my house to be kind of like a birch tree. I tried to get a lot of saplings so then I could replant all the trees around my house, but then I forgot. And I just continued to chop down wood. I got oak wood and birch wood. Birch. Oh my gosh, I just said birch. Hello everybody. This is not birch wood, it's birch wood. Then I found this really cool double tree and I was like, wow, cool, until I realized that they were just two trees grown next to each other. My excitement level went down and I was like, oh, okay. Then I realized there was one of those really annoying trees and I was like, I don't want to cut this down. So I just kind of cut down as much as possible. Jumped up, and then I cut it back down. After I was done, I jumped down to my house, falling really hard, and then I had wood. Yes! So I started to make a small little cabin, and when I mean small, I mean small, because I started the cabin, I realized that this is going to take absolutely forever. And then I stopped my cabin. And then I squatted. And I decided that this looked good. And I was like, yeah, that looks good. And then I realized how small it was, and I tore it down. I liked the side wall, but I did not like the top. So I only took down the top and then the first side. And I bounced on up, bling. Realized that I couldn't bounce up anymore, so I had to go around and bounce up. Silliness. Then I went over to my crafting table and I double-clicked some wood and then trying to find the door, finally found it, and then I went to go place it. And then I forgot what I was gonna do. Then I remembered and I placed it and I realized that it was not covered up all the way. And I was like, oh. So I went down into my mine and I started mining dirt. Ended up mining stone for a long time. And I realized that I needed to be mining dirt, so I mined another piece of dirt. I only had 4 pieces and I thought that was good enough. Someone was calling for a cat off in the distance, and I was like, I jumped on up and realized that it was in the house and not in the game. Came over to the cow, about to kill it, and then I was like, wait, I should shove it in the pen with my horse. So I started to push it, and push it, and push it, until I realized how hard this was. Not even knowing that I had so much wheat in my chest, and it would have been so much easier if I would have just used the wheat. But nope, I wanted to do it the hard way, so after I got it shoved in, I walked over to my chest, and then I realized there was wheat. And I slowly slapped myself in the face, because, yeah. Then I realized how skinny bones were, and I thought I was in a strange texture pack. But then I forgot about it, and then I just picked up the bones, switched it with the leather, and got a bed. Made my bed a double bed and bounced on it. The bouncing qualities did not change. I walked around, destroyed some grass because I didn't want the grass in my way. I hate the tall grass so much. I started destroying the grass. Destroying the grass. Started randomly zoning out. Looking at the sky, realizing that the sun was slowly coming down, and that day 7 was among us. Realized that this video was taking way shorter, and we're almost on day 7. Don't know how, because we've been doing this for 20 minutes, and we're almost done with 3 days. So I slowly questioned how this was happening, and then I just continued to do it. This time I found another cow, and then I was like, ooh, should I push it? And then I was like, no! And I just ran away. But then I found a closer cow, and remembered that I had wheat. Yes, I remember I'd had wheat. So I grabbed the wheat, and I also grabbed some vines and some pumpkins. And then I thought I forgot the wheat, so I went back, and then I had the wheat in my inventory, so, yeah. And then I stole the cow. Well, I didn't steal the cow, because I didn't steal the cow from anybody, but, okay. And then I made it fall in the hole with the other cow. It was smart, though, so when I shoved it in the hole, it tried to escape. But then I fed the 2 cows, and they made a baby! And then my horse was really uncomfortable. I'm sorry. And then I looked through my chest. And then got back to work. I was wobbling by when I realized that mine looked hideous. And I was like, it would have looked better if I just did that. So I lined up some pumpkins. And I don't know, I started just randomly placing pumpkins. I almost said buttons. And then I placed some vines everywhere, thinking it would be really cute if I overgrew it. Put a poppy on top, thinking that would be enough flowers. Yeah, I was incorrect. And then I just randomly started placing flowers everywhere, because I thought it would make it look pretty, which it kind of did. And then I stole all the flowers from the top of my house, which I thought were really, really pretty. And then I kind of regretted it, but then I placed them around my line, and it kind of looked like it was a garden. So then I went to bed. And then realized I couldn't go to bed, because the sun was apparently not down. And then I crossed off number 6 and wrote down number 7. I got up, and I was ecstatic to see that the cows were trying to shove my horse out of their pen. So then I was like, okay, well, if the cows want to be like that, if they want a new home, then I'm just going to make my horse a new home, because they don't deserve a new home. So I started to mine up. By the way, I will make a cow pen later. And I started to gather up some wood from the forest at the top of my house. And then I decided I was going to make the prettiest stable in the whole world. By the way, that did not happen at all. So I started to build it, and then I was like, wait, why am I doing this for one horse? Questioned my life choices, and then I continued to build. Made a bunch of planks. I made too many planks. It kind of looked like a house that I've never built. And then I kind of just forgot that there was logs there. Forgot why I put this here, so I just had to remine it out. Switched it with the doors. Put it up a bit. Realized there was a tree above me, so I couldn't do it. But then continued to do it even though there was a tree right there, and I knew that it would look weird if I did it. Did it anyways. Messed up a bunch. Took me like half the day to do. And I do not know why, because it was a silly horse pen, and it should have took 10 seconds to make. Then, I got my doors from earlier, and then I placed them on. I forgot that this was a horse pen, and for a sec, I thought that I would like living in this place. And then I was like, no, I wouldn't. I very much wouldn't. So I got the rest of my wood, and I placed it. Boing, boing, boing. Realizing that I put the wood in the wrong place, I bounced up again, but it did not work. Accidentally opened the chat. I'm alone on this world. Don't try to tell me I have wins. Okay. And then I waddled on over, and I bounced. And I bounced. To bounce so high for it to do it, and then I saw some apples, so I started collecting wood. Then I realized that I should have put the door on this side, but that I already made that mistake, so I'm not going to redo it. Realizing that my house was covered by a tree, thought it was cute, and then I thought it was not cute because the tree started to die. And then I was like, oh, it's a dead tree, not a live tree. And then I thought that this would be suitable for my horse. So it doesn't even have a roof. I'm sorry to my horse, I really am. I thought that the roof, that I would just jump on over and make the roof out of birch, even though the rest of the house is made out of oak. Destroyed some trees. Stepped on a pumpkin. And then I lied the house. Yeah, I didn't even bother to make a nice roof. I just flattened a roof. And then I ran out of wood and gave up. Figured that my horse could just live in this. And then I realized that this is the ugliest house I have ever seen. And I felt really bad for my horse. But I ran out of birch wood and I was too lazy to go mine.